Yo ho ho, hey guys. Alright, so today I want to do a little bit something different for my Hyper Universe content for Thursday. I will be uploading my Twitch stream that I did the last time. I'll even keep the first game that I lost in there, so it'll be like a vanilla thing. Y'all can see all that happen. But I actually want to talk about Delta Station today and some tips and tricks and some kind of things to just be aware of when you go into the map, and some things that I hope will help you improve as a player in playing this game on this particular map. I'll do a separate video for Dragon's Refuge because I don't want to try and combine the two and miss a few things. First things first, I'm gonna go ahead and just go over the overlay. So there are essentially 7 floors to this. There's the 4th floor at the very top, the 3rd floor, the 2nd floor, 1st floor, and basement floor 1, basement floor 2, basement floor 3. Now, if you are someone who's played other MOBAs, you might refer to the 2nd floor as top lane and basement floor 1 as bottom lane. That's something that happens frequently, even in games I play. It's just terminology we kind of got to break the habit out of using. It might be something that sticks around. So if you're new to MOBAs and you hear someone say top lane or bot lane, this is what they're talking about. They're either talking about the 2nd floor, which would be considered quote-unquote top lane, or basement floor 1, which would be bot lane. Not everybody does that. There are a few people that do, like again, like I said, myself included. I'll go ahead and do this real quick so I can get my tools here, because I want to be able to show y'all certain things. Alright, so Lord, that is a huge brush. Yeah, okay, whatever. First things first, you have your main turret right here and right here. Once that dies, game's over. Done. Then in top lane or 2nd floor, you have your secondary turret right here, and then your first turret right here. Same thing on the other side. Everything I'm going to say right now is going to be mirrored for the other side, so I don't want to have to repeat that repeat myself too much, just to let you know. So your first turret and your second turret. After the first turret is taken, it obviously opens up a point for you to go after the second turret, but that's neither here nor there. That's obvious stuff. What you need to understand is what to do during that time and what to do after and in between that time. If you are a jungler, that's going to be a whole separate video, by the way. But if you are a jungler, these are the things you need to know about Delta Station. Like the whole super in-depth jungling is going to be a different video. But elite mob, or not elite mob, yeah, elite mob, elite, and elite. These guys drop temporary buffs and health when they die. Now, on that note, they are also stronger. So they are definitely not something that you go after alone right off the bat, right out of the gate. You don't do it. These guys right here, right outside the base, are not elites, but they also drop health and buffs. So, being that they're not elites, they're not as strong as elites. But you have to understand, also, this, if you are coming straight out of base by yourself, do not do that by yourself. You understand? You can definitely, if someone's going to be there with you real quick, y'all can snatch that up, catch it, snatch this up, because these two spawn before this does. And I'm going to touch on what that is in a second. And get right on in there. Well, this one might not. I can't remember properly. If I think it does, but I could be confusing that with Dragon's Refuge, because they have a mob that spawns before this middle one does. Now, that's all I'm going to say as far as that is concerned. These elites, at a certain point in the game, and remember, these games go by pretty quick, so that could be like 4 minutes in. Once you get like a few ticks into the items that you're building, you can definitely just solo grab one of these. But don't be afraid. Say that you have your ranger in lane, like your striker. When I say ranger, I mean someone with range. So you have your striker in lane, and they're able to hold this person here, whoever they are. If you're a roamer, not even necessarily a jungler, but if you're gonna roam and your lane up here is doing A-OK as well, you can come slide down right on here, snatch that up, because remember, it gives you health. It doesn't give you a whole lot, but it does give you health. And then by that time, if your striker or your lane or whoever it is getting jumped at this point, because they likely will, if someone sees you come in the lane and then leave the lane, they will probably try to rotate their help up here to push this person in and try to take this tower. If you do this properly, because there are ways to mess it up, and you don't get caught doing it, because you can also go this way and snatch theirs. That's counter jungling, but we're not going to get into this. We're not going to get into that in this video. But if you can do this and get the little health back up, you can slide back on over here. Now they're going to be about maybe right there, where that black bulb is, or right there. They might be in the middle of the lane, or if they really did get a good push on your striker, they might be closer to your tower with your striker right here. If you have somebody that can either lay down a lot of damage or has good CC, you can just go right in there, right up behind. What are you doing? Stop it. Right up behind them and just push, 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 push. Get them under your tower and help your partner out there, and likely get a kill for your striker or yourself. Don't know. Really depends on the hyper you play. But essentially, the main thing that I really want to talk about, because I'm going to leave that there, because that's going to be more in my in-depth jungling video. The main thing I really want to talk about in this case is how to use your map awareness. There are 2 wards that are on this map naturally. 2. Just 2. If you don't have a ward yourself in your item build, there are only 2 that you can grab. One of them, for some godforsaken reason, is this. That is ugly. Is this. That is still ugly, but you get the point. So initially, a lot of times, even in ranked, the team will go up, 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 and contest this. Now, early game, it's more so for the gold than the ward. But you have to understand, once you kill, because it's going to be a few monsters, a few minions, and a larger monster. Or it's actually like a mech, but there's a few little ones and then a larger one. The larger one is the one that drops the ward. However, you have to understand this, and this is important with every single objective in this game. Once the ward drops, you or someone on your team has to be the one to pick it up. Just because it drops doesn't mean you have it. So when it drops, somebody's got to grab it. If the enemy team grabs it, boom, it's their ward. It doesn't matter if you took the last hit on the camp. It does not matter. That's the word I was looking for, camp. It doesn't matter. Just like with the buffs on these elites. Someone could come, you can do all the work, and someone could just run through here and snipe the buffs from you. So you have to be aware of that. When you're doing things like contesting objectives, be conscious of where they are on the map. Now again, there's only 2 wards. I just showed you one of them, so you're not going to have, if you don't have a ward, you're not going to have any vision over here if you're on this side. This is your team. This is you. You're not going to have any vision over here unless you have pushed in. Yeah, well, you're not going to have any of it. Yeah, unless you have pushed in and you have minions right here and they're fighting off the minions. You're not going to know where they're at. So you have to kind of understand the way the game works and how to rotate and what the objectives are on this game, or on this map in particular, because it's completely different for Dragon's Refuge. Trust me, it's a completely different ball game, and those matches are usually over a lot faster. So then, with that being said, again, you have no vision here, so you have to use some critical thought. Say you and your team have taken these 2 towers, right? We're on the red side. We are these guys. We are these guys. Oh, that is not a smile. Wait, we're getting there. We are these guys. So we take both of these towers, right? Now, we did that because we had some awesome tanks and they took tower shots and we just dropped it. Now we want to get this objective down here, yeah? Oh, and that's another thing. This is the invader. Before I get into that, this is the invader. This guy right here is the invader. There are 2 versions of the invader. The first version of the invader gives you an awesome buff and some gold. The second version of the invader gives you an awesome buff, some gold, and siege cannons. And those siege cannons are ridiculous. They do a lot of damage to hypers and to turrets. The turret damage is insane. 1 siege cannon can solo your final turret. Keep that in mind. 1 can. Just 1. That's all it takes. Now they can be killed, obviously. But, so that's a serious objective to take into consideration. Anyway, so we've taken out these 2 towers, alright? We don't have any minions pushing just yet. Our minions are maybe like right here, respectively. And their death timers are 10 seconds. Let's say they have a clean 10 seconds. We were able to wipe the team at roughly about the same time in 2 different lanes. That rarely ever happens, but it can happen. So that happened. Now they have 10 seconds left, and we're like, okay, we were kind of low on health too, so we backed. Don't ever do it like this. So we backed, and then we ran down here to go get this objective, right? Now, about this time, they have maybe 5 seconds left. So we're going down here. Our minions might be about right here at this point. You know, I'm exaggerating a little bit. They'd probably be at the towers already, but we have no vision on them. The minions are at the tower. We don't see anyone here defending their towers. So we don't have the wards here either right now, or the ward here. We have no vision on them. So at this point, you have to take into consideration who they're playing and what they can do. If they have someone or a few hypers on their team that have a lot of CC, you bet your sweet booty that they're coming right here to contest this, because they can rip and pull and push and tear you away from it. And even if they don't do that, again, all they have to do is sit back, watch you work, let you do the leg work, take all the damage that you can, and just slide right on past you. Remember, everybody in this game has a dash. They can just slide past and through you and pick up all of those buffs and the gold and get the siege cannons. So you need to make sure that you're aware, if you don't have any vision on the enemy, that they probably are coming to contest an objective. Like, that's one of the main things, because you can't just assume where they're at. And if you're on the enemy, if you're on this team right here, if you're on the enemy team, it's not the enemy team if you're on it, but if you're on the blue team, okay, we're now blue. The enemy team is doing this objective. We know this because they have everything pushed in, right? They have everything pushed in. There's no 100% certainty. I said we know, but there's no 100% certainty that they're doing this objective. Do not check it alone. Ping your team. Ask them. Type, hey, can y'all help me check Invader? Or we should check Invader. Be nice about it. Don't be a prick. Don't be a dick. Be a dude. Okay? Just, yeah. Check the Invader with your team. Because the moment one person goes down here, and I see this all the time, to check, and the enemy team is actually down there doing it, this person gets killed, then the next person goes down there, then this person gets killed, then the next person goes there. You see the point I'm making. It just becomes a big cluster of nonsense, essentially. So what you want to do is you want to understand how the laning works with this map, and understand exactly where things are, and understand exactly what you need to be doing as your particular hyper. If you're playing a striker, if you're playing a support, if you're playing a bruiser, if you're playing a tank, if you're playing an assassin, are you the one that should be jungling? Should you spend most of your time in here, or in here, or up here, or up here? Or should you be in a lane with someone here or here? And another thing, if you are playing a striker, because I've gone up against a lot of people that don't seem to grasp this concept, and it's a very simple thing to miss. It's a very simple thing to just be like, oh no, I'm going to leave that for the jungler and whatnot and what have you. If you push in your lane, we're red again, which is ironic because my favorite color is actually blue, but I keep going to the red side. You push in your lane. You know you don't have to, this is early, like really early game. You're like 1-2 minutes in. You push in your lane, you're effectively able to get your enemy hyper to back here. You can go down here and get this. It's just quick gold for you. Or you can come down here and get this for the vision. If your jungler or if your other laner is not rotating to do these, you can definitely do them. It helps you and it helps the team. The quicker you get your items, the quicker you get your damage, and the quicker you can help the team out more in fights. One of the biggest things is actually coming up here, because there will be a lot of times where you'll see someone from the enemy team come in your lane and be like, oh, hey, I don't care, and go up here. And the reason they're doing that is they're getting this vision and they're getting free gold, and then they can jump over here to get this camp right here. And they can get more gold that way and more experience. I'm not really talking much about experience because you get that progressively as you play the game anyway. That's different with some other MOBAs where you actually have to, kill minions, so on and so forth, yada, yada, yada. But this was like I'm trying to do a really quick, simple explanation. And so, okay, we got that set up, and we have, these are our towers, as I explained. These little bad boys right here are jump pads. They are what makes you go up to the next level, okay? So, they typically have 2 charges. 2! Funnily enough, though, if you time this right, 2 people can jump on and only use 1 charge, but you have to time that so perfectly, it's not worth the effort trying to do. And once it does charge, you're going to have to wait, or once it is run out of charge, you have to wait until it charges back up. These portals are important, guys. They are very important. These portals, every time you use them, they cost 200 gold. I have to break a habit because I'm extremely greedy with my item build and my gold generation. I have to break out of that habit because I need to use the portals more myself. But anyway, so this portal is actually faster than your base portal. When you go to it and you use it, you can go to any other turret that is yours, that's on your ally team, any of your own turrets, or you can go back to base. And again, this one is faster than using this. However, when you back to base and you see a fight going on like right here at your tower, and you're like, oh my god, my team is dying. You know, you're already at base. You can teleport here and get there and help out your team. Now, they are going to see you teleporting, so that you have one or two options. They can back off, or they can try and secure, like the enemy team can back off or try and secure that tower drop, or try and secure a kill onto your team so that when you teleport in, they can just all hop on you. There are cases where, like, they're just greeting and trying to do that, and they end up getting themselves killed because once you come in, you can change the fight. Know that in almost every situation, you have the opportunity to change a fight as well. I'm not saying just stupidly run into fights. Know what your hyper can do, and know that you can have that opportunity to change a fight in favor of your team as long as you're aware of what you can do. There are certain situations where you can't change it. You can change it, but it might be for the worse. Like if your team is all about maybe one hit away, there is absolutely no reason why you, as let's say, let me think of a hyper that you shouldn't do this with. There's no reason why you as a Lindis should just jump right in the middle of that team fight and start trying to shoot people. No. If you're a Lindis, for one, you should be in the back and healing your team during the fight. I mean, that's what you should be doing. But I'm just giving that as an example. There's always opportunities, but there's chances that you shouldn't take, and there's an opportunity to mess up as well. So with me saying that, I don't want everybody to think, oh no, he said there's always an opportunity, so every fight I need to jump in. No, understand what's going on in the fight, and understand if you should be there or if you should not be there. Understand the opportunity that could happen, could be bad, or it could be good. Well, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, this little tutorial guide or what have you. I hope this actually does help y'all and get y'all kind of going where y'all need to go. If not, I'm sorry, dude. Yo, I'm sorry. Yo. But, alright guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Of course, every Thursday's Hyper Day for me. Again, like I said, I will upload my Twitch video. It should actually be there. Just got to switch it from private to this. Or to public. Anyway, guys, have a great morning, day, noon, or night. Get a good yo-ho-ho in your life somewhere. Have a good cup of coffee, milk, water, tea, whatever it is you're drinking to make your day a little bit better. I will see you guys next time. As always, it's been a pleasure making content, guys. I'll see you around.